Hi there, welcome to this video when I'm in my local woodland to see what I can photograph. This is a really great location that I'm visiting this morning. Not only is it an interesting woodland, but it's quite a compact site. There's also a lake, so we can see some birds. I'm hoping I might even get some photographs of some mushrooms as well today. I've got the macro lens with me. And then as an added bonus, it's only about 2 miles away from where I live. So it's a great place to visit at different times of the year, just to see the different seasons. And whatever happens today, I know that I'm really going to enjoy my photography. Well, this is me coming to you from the end of the shoot. I thought I'd insert this little bit at the beginning just to let you know that I didn't see many birds today. So what you can expect in this video is mainly mushrooms. It is a really good idea to come to a woodland with an open mind like I'm doing today, because you're never quite sure what you're going to find. And I'm going to be battling this morning against the light because it's quite overcast and the light levels are quite low despite what this video looks like. And so I'm going to struggle to take photographs of birds unless they're out in the open or somewhere where they're fairly close. So keeping my eye out for mushrooms and landscape opportunities is going to be quite beneficial, but I'm not here with any particular thing in mind. And just over here on this tree stump, if you come with me, there's some mushrooms in the top just here, and that makes for quite a nice little composition. One thing about macro photography in a woodland is it really forces you to slow down and take your time and set up the shot correctly to get the best photograph. So I've lowered the tripod right down as low as I can, so I've splayed the legs out. I found some mushrooms just here that are on their own that make quite an interesting photograph. And then I've put my phone just here with the torch on, giving a bit of side light. Then the final thing that I've done is I've used focus shift mode. So what that does is it takes a series of photographs at different focal points, so the camera automatically adjusts the focus. And so I've got about 30 photographs of different points of these mushrooms in focus. Then I'll use the computer when I get home to stitch them all together so it'll be nice and sharp all the way through. If you are enjoying this video, you can do me a really big favour and click the like, subscribe and the bell notifications, because it really does help me out and it makes sure that you don't miss out on any future content. And also, don't forget, I've got a Teespring store where I've got lots of merchandise available. Sometimes focus stacking is desirable, but you don't have to do it every single time. This clump of mushrooms here on the top of this tree stump I quite liked, and I've taken one shot of this and focused on an area around here, but that means there's quite a big depth of field because I'm still using the macro lens, so all of this background here has gone out of focus, and I think that can be quite a nice choice as well. I really do like this kind of photography because it forces you to be creative and think in slightly different ways. And I saw this clump of mushrooms here on this tree stump, and I was looking down at it and I thought that would make quite a nice study just to this main bloom just here, looking straight down. So I've angled the camera pointing straight down to it. Now I did take it from a little bit further away to include the whole clump, but I've actually got a little bit closer and just focused on one, and it makes for quite an abstract, very interesting little study. In the spirit of experimentation, I've taken the camera off the tripod and put it right down on the forest floor. Now I've had to prop up the front of the camera just here with a twig that I found to get the ideal composition and get the mushrooms I'm aiming at in the frame, but that was quite an easy process. And these mushrooms at the bottom of this tree stump just down here were quite interesting, taken almost in profile, so you get the layers. But what I did try was some different lighting techniques. So I got the torch out on the phone again and just tried lighting the mushrooms from different directions, and it gives some quite interesting effects. Now, if I'd have been a little bit more aware today, I would have brought a proper torch, but I never thought. So making do with the torch on the phone is fine, because at this close quarters, even though it's not very bright, it still provides plenty of illumination and is the perfect tool to have in your pocket. I'm really quite proud of this photograph here. I found a lone mushroom here on the top of this tree stump, and I took its photograph, and I just felt that the background wasn't quite dark enough. So I had a brainwave, and what I did is I put my camera bag behind the mushroom, so I've got a completely black backdrop. Because it's far enough away, it's out of focus, so you can't tell what it is. But I've taken a photograph with one shot, I've done a focus stack, and I've done some different lighting effects, again with my phone torch, and I think this has turned out really well. Sometimes happy accidents happen. I've just picked up a twig, and on the end of it were two little tiny mushrooms. Now, because I've got a macro lens, that really didn't matter. So I wedged the stick into a little bit of a hole in the tree stump that I'm sitting on, and I did the camera bag trick, and I've also taken a photograph without the camera bag. So you let me know down in the comments, which do you prefer, the black background or the natural background? Just here there are lots of mushrooms, and if I was to take a photograph of these, then it wouldn't look particularly interesting. So you do have to be a little bit careful when you're choosing your subject. Maybe choose an individual or a small clump that look attractive, and then try and be creative to actually make the shot rather than just taking the first thing that you see, because that's very tempting. But if you take a little bit of time and think a little bit carefully, you can create some really interesting compositions. One thing to consider is the background when you're taking a photograph. So I found this large mushroom just here, so the camera's not far away, but this area behind was full of very brightly coloured leaves. Now, it might not be the best photograph, but I've used it as an illustration just what a difference clearing the background makes. So I've just got a stick and moved all of the bright leaves, because there's lots of these kind of very bright yellow leaves, and they stand out as a highlight in the background if you don't remove them. So that's a good point just to think about. A small patch of Flyer-Garrick mushrooms. Now, a lot of them have gone past their best, except this one specimen just here. So I've spent a little bit of time experimenting, trying some different shots. I've done some shallow depth of field with some leaves in front that are out of focus, with some light behind. I've tried shooting down a little bit more and I've really cleared the background of any distracting leaves. So I've tried lots of different things just to make the most of this one specimen. Sometimes I do like to tidy up a shot, and mainly it involves moving leaves and twigs out of the way just to make the shot cleaner. But I do sometimes go too far, and I think with this photograph here, I think it feels a little bit too contrived. You let me know what you think. But then seconds later, I moved to a different location and I saw this here on the top of this branch. And this is completely how I found it. There's a leaf just next to this bit of fungus, and I've taken it exactly how it was in situ with no gardening at all. Well, that's been a different morning. I've really enjoyed myself. So what I'll do is I'll leave you with some of my best photographs now, and don't forget to stay tuned to the end of the video to see my favourite. It's always good to do something a little bit different, and I've really enjoyed myself this morning, being a little bit creative, finding interesting mushrooms in this wood and trying different techniques such as lighting techniques, getting low down, focus stacking and lots of other interesting things that I don't normally do when I'm taking photographs of wildlife. And so it's a great way of just keeping things fresh, trying something different, and I've really enjoyed myself this morning. This is my favourite photograph of the morning, and I picked this because it's different from all the other varieties of mushrooms that I saw. Now, it took quite a lot of preparation to get access to the mushroom because I did see it, but it was buried within a lot of grasses and there was a bit of bracken very near it over the top. So I did clear away quite a bit from the front of the mushroom. So I put the camera right down on the floor, but I just sat it on a couple of batteries just to bring it up to the right level, and I'm really happy with the way that it's turned out. If you have enjoyed this video, I'll link another one that you might enjoy just up here. You can do me a really big favour by clicking the like, subscribe and the bell notifications. Don't forget, if you've got any comments, you can leave them down below or visit my Instagram, Vero or Facebook account. But all that's left now is to say, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.